She was our previous president for Queen City Toastmasters. She's been with us for quite a while. And she's going to be speaking at Ignite Charlotte next week. So she's going to use this speech as an opportunity to practice for Ignite Charlotte. Now the rules for Ignite Charlotte are a little bit different. When you're at Ignite Charlotte, you're given a 2 feet by 2 feet box. So she can't really make full use of her stage and move with purpose. She has to stay within that vicinity. And she has to use a mic. So she's going to mimic or use a mock mic during her speech. Come on over, Laura.
Just because your blood type is B negative doesn't mean that you have to be. Remember, it's always important to give 100% unless you're giving blood. Yes, I do have a day job. I'm Laura Frogos. I'm the owner and therapist at Cornerstone Counseling in Elizabeth. Some people think of therapy as this dark, heavy process of talking about all the things that aren't going well and of reliving painful memories from the past. And unfortunately, this keeps a lot of people from getting the help that they really need. But humor can be a really effective technique in therapy. And you can break out of your shell. You don't have to clam up. And you can have fun getting some pearls of wisdom in therapy and learning to be as happy as a clam. But just like with jokes, timing is everything. So of course there are times when it's not appropriate to joke around. You have to know when to say jokes. And also, I may laugh with my clients, but I never laugh at them, even though they laugh at me. So who here ever uses humor to break some awkward tension? People come into the office and they're kind of laughing and they seem nervous, so I like to joke with them to kind of lighten the mood. And one of my favorite things to point out is that on my old business cards, they accidentally printed psychotherapist as 2 separate words. So I normalize the process of therapy and I say everybody hurts. Sometimes. Even psychotherapist. I love when people come in and they say, I just want to be normal. I want to feel normal. I'm always curious, what is that? Is that average? Is that typical? Because to me, normal is just a setting on the washing machine. The same way people ask, am I depressed? Or am I just going through a hard time? How do you know if you're depressed? And this is my favorite definition. Depression is that dark room where negatives develop. I'm old enough to remember dark rooms. So just like in therapy, Steve likes this, you have to know where you are and know where you want to go in order to know how to get there. Because otherwise you're just lost in a crowd, in a work crawl at the epicenter. So we all have that positive and that negative self-talk that I should really eat something a little healthier than a donut versus don't I really want the donut. But the devil is in the details. It's in knowing that we have control over the positive and the negative self-talk. And I even like to engage it and name it. Is that Debbie Downer talking to you? Is that Stuart Smalley saying I'm good enough, I'm smart enough, and doggone it, people like me. But remember that an upper lasts a lot longer than a downer does. So once you can recognize the negative thought patterns that you have, then you can start to check your baggage. Now therapy does cost a little bit more than $25, but you don't have to take off your shoes, and the line to security is short. And in this case, you want your baggage to get lost. Do you keep yourself on a short leash? Are you dogged by other people's ideas of yourself? Because you can learn new tricks, and you can see yourself as man's best friend, rather than just as pet quality. So many times we make problems a lot more complex than they really are. People say, oh, I can't get anything right, everything's wrong with me. When in reality, maybe you just need to look at it from a different angle with a good therapist so that things don't seem so obtuse. Honesty is so important. We don't sugarcoat. We don't use flowery language. We don't use half-baked truths. life as good as it gets. In therapy, we value honesty, but we don't really value big bucks. People say, I do it, but. I used to run a group in which people knew each other so well that they'd say, you're doing the butt. That's a big butt. They'd call each other out on their butts. This is people come into therapy and they say, I'll do anything to get better. But when you suggest, why don't you set some limits? Why don't you start doing this? Ooh, I won't do that. I'll do anything to get better, but I won't do that. So here's the recipe for being miserable and feeling really bad about yourself for the rest of your life. Just keep comparing yourself to everybody else. No, honestly, you need to see that you are unique and an individual, just like everybody else. So last cleanup on aisle 9, someone just spilled their guts. Is this an awful mess? No, it's progress and it's healing, and you can have fun with it. Mr. Toastmaster.
That was awesome. Thank you. I did realize that I skipped an item on the agenda. I forgot to recognize our ballot counter, and that's Stephanie. So